the Galactic Empire declares Earth its next target. Humanity's warning shatters the cosmos. The silent watchers in the void for centuries, humanity has pondered the vastness of space, searching for signs of extraterrestrial life. Scientists have sent out signals, probed the cosmic abyss, and analyzed the faintest whispers of the universe, hoping to find something or someone out there. But what if the answer had been lurking all along, watching in silence? What if the moment we made ourselves known, we became a target? In the year 2087, the long-anticipated moment arrived. A deep space array in the Kuiper Belt intercepted an anomalous signal. At first, it was dismissed as cosmic noise, a random fluctuation in the electromagnetic spectrum. But within hours, advanced AI algorithms detected something chilling, patterns too structured to be natural. The signal was a message, and its meaning sent shockwaves through Earth's scientific community. The Galactic Empire has noticed you. Prepare for evaluation. Panic set in as governments and researchers scrambled to understand the implications. Who were they? What did they mean by evaluation? And most importantly, were we in danger? 2. Humanity's first response, the echo of fear. The United Nations assembled an emergency summit, bringing together the brightest minds in astrophysics, diplomacy, and military strategy. The message's origin was traced to the Orion arm of the Milky Way, approximately 1,500 light-years away, an unfathomable distance, yet disturbingly close on a galactic scale. If an empire spanned such a vast region, their technological superiority would be beyond anything Earth could imagine. Dr. Elias Vandross, a leading xenolinguist, decoded further transmissions hidden within the original signal. The linguistic structure suggested a civilization that had catalogued other species before us, each with its own evaluation. The pattern was unmistakable. Some civilizations had simply vanished after contact, their homeworlds now silent relics. Governments debated their next move. Should they respond? Should they remain silent and hope the message was a warning, not a prelude to invasion? But before any decision could be finalized, a second transmission arrived. This time, it was not just a message, it was a live feed, the face of the Galactic Empire. The image that appeared on screens across Earth was unlike anything seen before. A towering figure, humanoid yet disturbingly alien, stood clad in regal armor that shimmered like liquid metal. Behind it, an immense cityscape of colossal structures stretched into the distance, with floating platforms and celestial bodies locked in artificial orbits. The being spoke, its voice layered with multiple tones, resonating as if a chorus of entities spoke as one. We have observed your species. Your progress is remarkable, but dangerous. The balance of the galaxy must be preserved. In an instant, it became clear. Earth was not being greeted. It was being judged. The fear that had gripped humanity turned to sheer horror. The Galactic Empire was not extending a hand in diplomacy. It was issuing a verdict. The warning that shook the universe. Earth's leaders scrambled to respond. But before they could send a message, something unexpected happened. A signal, more powerful than any Earth-based transmission, interrupted all global networks. This time it was not from the Empire, but from an unknown source within the galaxy. Humanity, heed this warning. Do not trust them. Resist. You are not alone. The universe, it seemed, was not as unified as the Empire claimed. Someone, somewhere, had broken the silence to warn Earth. But who were they? And why would they risk the wrath of an empire that had ruled unchallenged for millennia? The fate of humanity was no longer in its own hands. The war of the cosmos had just begun. The Lost Civilizations, a history of silence. The warning had shattered any illusion that the Galactic Empire operated with benevolence. But it raised an even more terrifying question. What had happened? To those who had come before, Earth's best minds scoured historical records, ancient star maps, and the deep space archives from centuries of exploration. There had always been odd anomalies, systems once brimming with potential, but now eerily silent. Astrophysicists had dismissed them as failed biospheres or natural extinctions. But what if the silence was manufactured? Dr. Leona Asakura, a leading exoarchaeologist, focused on a peculiar finding from the TRAPPIST-1 system. Over a century earlier, astronomers had detected artificial megastructures orbiting one of its habitable planets. The world had been dubbed Hope, a candidate for extraterrestrial life. Yet, when Earth's most advanced probes arrived in the 2070s, they found only ruins. Colossal, crumbling towers stretching into the sky, weathered by time but unmistakably artificial. No bodies, no signs of conflict. Just silence. This was not an isolated case. Across multiple systems, similar ruins had been found, always bearing signs of once thriving civilizations. Had they, too, been evaluated? And if so, had they been deemed unworthy? The Galactic Empire's unforgiving. Rule-more transmissions from the Empire provided glimpses into their ideology. They saw themselves as the architects of order, a force that maintained the delicate balance of the galaxy. To them, young species were like volatile elements in a controlled reaction. If they posed a risk to stability, they were erased. Historical patterns now made sense. The Drake equation, once used to estimate the number of intelligent civilizations in the universe, had suggested a cosmos teeming with life. Yet, we had only encountered silence. The answer was now painfully clear. Someone had been removing the players from the board before they could rise. Humanity's rapid technological progress may have drawn attention faster than anticipated. The discovery of artificial intelligence, quantum communication, and experimental warp technology had all occurred within a single century. Earth had broken barriers at an unprecedented rate, triggering alarms across the Empire's vast dominion. Now, the judgment had arrived. But was Earth truly alone in this battle? The unknown ally, a rebellion in the stars, the mysterious warning that had hijacked Earth's networks, had originated from an uncharted region of space. Data analysts traced its coordinates to a point near the galactic core, far beyond the Empire's immediate sphere of control. Speculations ran wild. Was this a rogue faction within the Empire? A survivor from a past extermination? Or perhaps an entirely different alien species that had long evaded detection? Whoever they were, they possessed technology powerful enough to override Earth's most secure communications. Within days, another message followed, this time accompanied by encrypted schematics. The contents were staggering, detailed blueprints of an unknown propulsion system, unlike anything humanity had developed. It was a form of faster-than-light travel, one that did not rely on conventional warp fields, but something entirely new. If real, it could allow Earth to move its forces unpredictably, making an invasion far more difficult. However, the warning came with a dire ultimatum. Prepare. They will not wait. The Empire had not sent their warning as an idle threat. Their fleets were already moving. Humanity's response. The call to arms, the moment of decision had arrived. Humanity could not negotiate with an empire that saw extermination as a matter of policy. Earth's leaders faced two choices: flee and scatter across the stars, hoping to remain hidden, or stand and fight. The encrypted schematics were immediately handed to Earth's top engineers and physicists. Military divisions worked around the clock, modifying existing spacefaring technology to incorporate elements of the newfound design. Meanwhile, deep space listening stations picked up a terrifying confirmation. Massive objects, larger than any known starships, were accelerating toward the solar system. The invasion had begun. The Empire's war machine approaches. First undeniable proof of the invasion came when Earth's long-range telescopes detected gravitational distortions near the Oort cloud. Space-time itself rippled as something colossal moved through the void. An armada unlike anything humanity had ever seen. Deep space drones sent to investigate vanished within minutes, their signals abruptly cut off. Before contact was lost, one drone managed to transmit a single image: an enormous vessel, spanning over 100 kilometers in length, with an obsidian-like hull that seemed to drink in surrounding light. It bore no visible propulsion system, no heat signatures, just an ominous, silent approach. The Galactic Empire had arrived. Earth's desperate preparations, every nation on Earth mobilized. Old rivalries dissolved as survival became the only priority. Scientists worked in underground facilities, reverse engineering the alien blueprints provided by the mysterious rebel faction. A breakthrough emerged, humanity's first prototype of the phase slip drive. an experimental faster-than-light propulsion system based on the encrypted schematics. If it worked, Earth's forces wouldn't just be able to move through space. They could phase between dimensions, avoiding enemy fire and striking unpredictably. But the technology was still unstable. A single miscalculation could result in ships being torn apart mid-jump or vanishing into the unknown forever. Despite the risks, there was no time for caution. Military strategists knew one brutal fact. Earth could not win a direct battle against an empire spanning thousands of systems. Instead, they had to use the only advantage they had: unpredictability. The Battle of Neptune's Shadow. The Empire's fleet emerged from warp just beyond Neptune, sending a chilling ultimatum to Earth. The transmission was simple. Your evaluation is complete. Your existence is a risk to galactic order. Submit to restructuring, or be eradicated. There was no mention of negotiation, no offer of surrender, just cold, calculated extermination. But humanity had no intention of going quietly. At that moment, the first wave of Earth's counterattack struck. Fleets hidden within Neptune's shadow launched an ambush, unleashing railgun barrages and high-yield fusion missiles at the Empire's vessels. The assault was precise, coordinated, and devastating. For the first time in recorded history, the Galactic Empire suffered unexpected losses. Their shields, seemingly impervious to conventional energy weapons, struggled against high-mass kinetic projectiles. Earth's forces had found a weakness. But the celebration was short-lived. The Empire's ships retaliated with horrifying efficiency. Swarms of autonomous drones filled the battlefield, their sleek insect-like forms weaving through Earth's defenses. Ships were ripped apart in mere seconds, their crews helpless against an enemy that had refined warfare over millennia. The final gambit, a leap into the unknown. As the battle raged, Earth scientists completed the final calibration of the phase slip drive. It was now or never. A select fleet of warships equipped with the new technology executed the first ever phase slip jump, vanishing from normal space and reappearing directly within the Empire's formation. The result was chaos. The Empire had never encountered an enemy capable of bending space-time so unpredictably. Human ships phased in and out of reality, evading enemy fire while striking from impossible angles. Even the Empire's advanced targeting systems struggled to predict their movements. For the first time, the invincible armada hesitated, but Earth was still vastly outnumbered. Victory was impossible. The only hope was to send a message, to prove to the universe that the Empire could bleed. Then, a final desperate plan emerged. A single warship, armed with humanity's most devastating weapon, prepared for one last suicide run straight into the Empire's flagship. Would it be enough to change the course of history? The Doomsday Strike, humanity's defiant. Stand as Earth's fleets crumbled under the relentless assault of the Empire's war machines. One final gambit remained, the Doomsday Strike. The UNS Valkyrie, a prototype warship outfitted with a fusion compression warhead of unprecedented yield, prepared for its final mission. Captain Adrian Cole, a seasoned veteran of Earth's first deep space conflicts, knew the stakes. Their target, the Empire's command carrier, a massive dreadnought at the heart of the enemy formation. If they could destroy it, they could buy humanity enough time to retreat, regroup, and prepare for a prolonged war. With its phase slip drive fully charged, the Valkyrie executed a jump straight into the Empire's flagship's defensive perimeter. The enemy's automated systems struggled to adjust. The ship had phased into real space faster than their sensors could predict. Target acquired. Firing main thrusters. The Valkyrie plunged forward, dodging incoming fire as Earth's remaining ships provided cover. Railgun rounds tore through the enemy's hulls, but the Empire's forces retaliated with brutal precision. Dozens of human vessels were annihilated within seconds. The final approach was a race against death. As the Valkyrie closed in, its warhead primed to detonate, an unexpected signal came through. The unknown rebel faction was intervening. The hidden enemy of the Empire. Out of the void, dark vessels emerged, sleek, jagged, and bearing no recognizable insignia. Their technology was unlike anything seen before, shifting and distorting as if the ships themselves were alive. These newcomers unleashed a torrent of energy beams that sliced through the Empire's forces like a blade through paper. The balance of power shifted in an instant. The Empire, for the first time in millennia, was outmaneuvered. The mysterious ally transmitted a single message to Earth's remaining forces: withdraw to your homeworld. The battle is not over, but the war has changed. But Captain Cole refused to retreat. The Valkyrie was already committed. With one final push, the ship collided directly with the Empire's flagship. A silent flash erupted in the depths of space. Then, an explosion unlike anything seen before. A fusion burst so powerful, it momentarily outshone the sun. When the light faded, the Empire's command vessel was gone. The aftermath. A war. Just beginning. Humanity had done the impossible. The Galactic Empire's forces, once seen as invincible, had suffered their first major defeat. The loss of their command ship sent shockwaves through their ranks, forcing them to retreat beyond the Kuiper Belt. But this was no victory, only a temporary reprieve. As Earth's battered forces limped home, the world braced for the inevitable: retaliation. Meanwhile, the enigmatic rebels who had intervened vanished without a trace, leaving only unanswered questions in their wake. Who were they? What was their connection to the Empire? And why had they chosen to save humanity? One thing was clear: the galaxy was no longer silent. The war had only just begun. The Empire's reckoning, a galaxy in turmoil. The shockwaves of Earth's defiance rippled far beyond the solar system. For millennia, the Galactic Empire had maintained absolute dominion, erasing civilizations before they could pose a threat. But now, for the first time in recorded history, their supremacy had been challenged and broken. Across the galaxy, whispers of Earth's resistance spread like wildfire. Subjugated species, long trapped under the Empire's rule, began to question their fate. Could they, too, rise? Was rebellion possible? The Empire had built its reign on fear and inevitability, two things that had now been shattered. But the Empire was far from defeated. If anything, their response would be swift and merciless. Humanity's destruction was no longer just a bureaucratic formality, it had become a matter of galactic order. As Earth's intelligence networks intercepted encrypted transmissions, one chilling message stood out. The Supreme Council has issued a decree. The extermination of humanity is now the Empire's highest priority. Retaliation was imminent. And this time, they would not come with a fleet. They would come with annihilation. The hidden truth of the Empire's greatest enemy. Yet, the Empire's response was not the only threat looming in the dark. The mysterious allies who had intervened in the battle had disappeared as suddenly as they had arrived. But before vanishing, they left behind a cryptic transmission embedded in Earth's communications networks, one that had taken weeks to decode. What it revealed was staggering. The Galactic Empire was not the greatest power in the universe. They, too, were afraid. The message spoke of an ancient enemy, one even the Empire dared not name. A force so powerful that it had once brought the Empire itself to the brink of extinction. The Empire's aggressive policy of exterminating young civilizations had not been a simple act of control. It had been a defensive measure. To them, species that advanced too quickly without oversight risked attracting something far worse than the Empire itself. Something that lurked in the cold void, beyond the known galactic borders. Something that consumed entire civilizations, leaving behind only barren, lifeless worlds. The Empire had not just been conquering, it had been culling potential beacons that might summon this cosmic horror. And now, thanks to Earth's defiance, the galaxy had taken notice. The fate of humanity, a universe at the crossroads with Earth's survival hanging by a thread. Humanity faced an impossible choice. Should they surrender and beg for mercy, hoping the Empire might reconsider? Should they continue to fight, knowing that war with the Empire could wipe them out completely? Or should they seek out the truth behind the hidden enemy, risking everything to uncover a secret that the Empire had desperately tried to bury? Whatever the decision, one thing was certain. The battle for Earth was no longer just about survival. It was about the fate of the galaxy itself, and the war had only just begun. Final thoughts: what comes next? Humanity has faced impossible odds before, but never on such a cosmic scale. Now, the question remains. What would you do if you were in humanity's place? Would you seek peace, wage war, or venture into the unknown? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into an epic sci-fi scenario, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content exploring the mysteries of the universe.